Hello, today we are going to work with division and mental math in division. So at the top of your 2-column notes, if you would write mental math, division. And we are going to start with our I can statement. I can use multiples of 10 and basic facts to find quotients. Now you have to remember that dividend divided by divisor, oh, spelled that wrong. Let's try again. That equals the quotient, and the quotient is the answer to a division number sentence. Push pause to write your note. Okay, let's step back for just a minute. We know that there are shortcuts and patterns for multiplication. And we also know that division is related to multiplication. They are inverse properties. So let's think about this for just a minute. If I have 4 times 80, we were taught to multiply our basic fact. 4 times 8, and we know that 4 times 8 equals 32. We will place our 0, and the product for 4 times 80, therefore, is 320. We could use these same types of patterns for division. Let's take an example. Let's find 320 divided by 4. If I draw my bar diagram, I know that 320 is my whole. I know that there are 4 groups, and I am trying to determine how many are in each group. So I know that my basic fact would be 32 divided by 4. And we know that 32 divided by 4 equals 8. If I then place my 0, 320 divided by 4 will equal 80. Push pause, write your notes. Okay, let's try a word problem. We have Mrs. Cole wants to divide 400 erasers amongst 8 classes. How many erasers will each class receive? Okay, let's draw this out. We're going to have 400 is the total amount of erasers, and there are 8 classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we want to know, we're trying to solve how many erasers are in each class. Our problem is 400 divided by 8 equals some number. I know my basic fact, 40 divided by 8 equals 5. If I count my zeros that are left, I see 1, so I'm going to place that remaining 0, and my answer is 50 erasers for each class. So in these question marks right here would be the number 50. Remember that multiplication is the inverse of division. So if I have 400 divided by 8 equals 50, I can check my work by taking 50, multiplying by 8, and seeing what product I come up with. I know that 5 times 8 equals 40. If I place my 0, I have 400, and here is 400 matches that 400. So I know that my answer is correct. Push pause to write your notes. Let's practice a few of these division, mental math division. I'm going to write 28 divided by 7, 280 divided by 7, 2,800 divided by 7, and 28,000 divided by 7. Hopefully we will see some patterns. We know that is our basic multiplication. 28 divided by 7 equals 4. 280 divided by 7, 28 divided by 7 is 4, and I place my 1 0, so the quotient equals 40. Again, I have 28 divided by 7, my basic fact, that equals 4. I will place my 2 zeros, so the quotient for this 2,800 divided by 7 equals 400. And then the last one, my basic fact is 28 divided by 7. That equals 4, and I will place 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros, so my quotient equals 4,000. Push pause. Before we end today's lesson, I would like to do a few examples where there are zeros in the dividend and the divisor. So let's take these examples. If I have 2,800 and I am dividing by 70, we could do these a couple ways. Let's start with our basic fact of 28 divided by 7, and that equals 4. Now what happens is I have 2 zeros on the left side of my divided symbol, and I have 1 on the right. And what you can do is cross out the symbol on the right and 1 on the left, and you're left with 1 remaining 0. So you may place your 0, and your quotient is 40. Let's take a look at another example. 28,000 divided by 700. My basic fact is 28. Sorry about that. Divided by 7, which equals 4. I have 1, 2 zeros on the right side of the division sign. I have 1, 2 on the left I could cross out. That leaves me with 1 remaining 0, and I place that 0, and my quotient is still 40. Let's try another one. We have 280,000 divided by 70, 70. Our basic fact is 28 divided by 7, which equals 4. I have 1 0 on the right I could cross out. That means I could only cross out 1 on the left. I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 remaining 0, so I could place those 1, 2, 3 remaining zeros, and my quotient is 4,000. Now we also talked that division is fractions. We could write our division problem like this. Cross out a 0, which then equals 280 divided by 7. We have our basic fact of 28 divided by 7 equals 4. Place my 0, and the quotient is still 40. That's the end of our notes for today. We will practice in class. Have a good night, Patriots.